Marist, Laity, an introduction. Who are the laity? Laity are baptized men and women who are called to live in the world. They include single people and married people who choose to follow God in their everyday life, both children, adults, and families. The Second Vatican Council called each lay person to play an increasing role in the Church. It described the laity as part of two lungs, which breathes life into the world. Laity, like religious and priests, are essential for the life of the Church. Who is a Marist? A Marist is a person called by God to live as Mary did in following Jesus, like the spelling Mar, M-A-R, meaning Mary, and Ist, I-S-T, meaning Christ, all to Christ in Mary's way. A Marist is a person who lives in relationship. This relationship includes Christ at its center and Mary as the first disciple and model. These relationship causes us to be in relationship with other people. To learn to be a Marist can only occur in relationship. It is a very practical and down-to-earth spirituality which calls us to serve and look beyond our own self. This ultimately causes us to love. What about Marist laity? One of the Marist founders, Father Jean-Claude Collin, had a dream of a multi-branched family which included the laity. Jean-Claude Collin in the 1820s was well ahead of his time. The Church at the time rejected his model of having laity as part of a religious group. Since that time, many groups have emerged with laity playing an important part, like the Disciples of Jesus, the Neo-Catechumenate, and the Focolare movement. These movements have grown. Marist laity are called to play an important role as full members of the Society of Mary, not just as lay people calling themselves Marist, through activities like running prayer groups, leading immersion programs as lay missionaries. Like the early Marist religious pioneers like Francois Perrotin and Father Peter Chanel, lay people are called to step out of their comfort zones in order for Christ to be brought to the world. Marist laity are ever increasingly called to be active in all dimensions of their life. Is a lay Marist a priest, or a brother, or a sister? Religious priests, brothers and sisters have a special calling which sets them apart. Jesus lived a life like this, not married, yet able to move around freely to serve those in need. They take special vows of chastity, poverty, and obedience so that they can be more present to the people in their lives. In community, they live a loving relationship with others and remain celibate. Lay people are called to be single or married, often in their own families, like Mary and Joseph, raising and having children. This calling is special, as it brings life through love in a physical way. A lay calling takes time and committed relationships. We need people to be like Jesus, so priests, brothers, sisters, and Mary and Joseph, so single people and married people. Each has an important role to play. Most people are called to the lay life. Some people are called to God to be celibate in community, like priests, brothers and sisters. Both callings are healthy parts of what it means to be human. Though we may not understand the other fully, we recognize the hidden dimension which reflects the mystery of God. Lay and religious unity. The Society of Mary is strengthened when the different branches come together as one. As lay people and religious people, we are called to be the presence of Mary, a presence of love which seeks unity amongst diversity. Our unique calling often mirrors the calling of Mary in the Annunciation, God asking Mary to bear a son, yet Mary not knowing, pondering, waiting and trusting in God. Mary said, "Here I am, the servant of the Lord. Let it be done according to your will."